Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This week we are talking rear suspension. The first thing we're going to do is take the jig that we made last week, make the rear control arms, and then we're going to get those put on and do a few other little things. So let's get over the table, make us some rear control arms. Alright guys, here we are back over at the table. We got the jig sitting over here, the bushings that will go in the control arm, or go for the control arm. And I got the tubing ready on the tubing notcher. So we're going to go ahead and get you set up in a little different spot like usual. And yeah, we're going to get to putting together the control arm. Well guys, it's all tacked up, looking good, and yeah, I'm going to take a quick break and then we are going to finish weld it. Obviously I'll have to pull the bushings and stuff out, but it's there. We're going to have it done here in just a bit. See you in a second. Alright guys, so just like that, we got one all done. Now we need a second one. And just like that, there's the second one. Alright, so we are all finished up with these. We're going to let those cool down a bit. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take the rear spindle and we're going to fit up the rear adapter that we're going to be using for this set of wheels until I order a set of wheels, and then we're going to be fitting the brake rotor to the car. So we'll go ahead and I'm going to need to do a little bit of machining on both of those. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to head over to a friend's house and we're going to machine those. So we'll see you back there. Alright guys, so we're back over here by the car, and we're going to go ahead and show you what we're going to use for a brake rotor. So this is the rear brake rotor that we're going to use. Now it is off a 2012, I believe it's 12, Ford Focus ST. This is a front rotor off of them. So we're not actually going to use this e-brake setup anymore. So we're going to use one that clamps on the outside of the brake rotor and holds it in place. So we're going to go ahead and take this off and then show you why we're using this brake rotor on this setup. So this brake rotor has a 5x108 bolt pattern, just like the Ferrari uses 5x108 bolt pattern here. So that will make this fit and give us a much larger rear brake rotor than the factory ones. Still able to use. We'll take and make a bracket that comes off of the Ferrari spindle here, goes onto a bigger brake caliper that we use for the back. So we're going to go ahead and get this e-brake setup taken apart, and we're going to go ahead and put the new rotor on. So yeah, let's go. Whew, it's a bit tight. That's a bit tight. That one doesn't seem like it's going to want to come out very easily. That one either came out or broke. That one's coming out. See how long we can use this for. A little bit at least. I'm on. So one side's not going to be good. I think one side's going to break off. Eventually I'll have to pull that back out and take it off. Not that it's really going to matter, it's just for my personal preference of making it as clean of an install as possible, because we won't be using this bolt hole anymore. So if it's really broken off in there, it isn't going to bother us too much. I just don't want to know that it's there and know that it could be cleaner than what it is. So hopefully this comes out, but I feel it's going to break off. Yeah, it's just going to break off. So just going to go ahead and turn it, and there it goes. Yeah, it broke right off. At least it'll give me something to hold on to while I pull that out at a later date. So the rest of this will pop off, and then we'll just kind of spread it apart. Set this all aside. Go ahead and pop the spring off. That comes out. Alright, that will go into my box of parts that I'm not going to need for right now. And there. Now that's all off. So that fits on just like it should. So, because I have a set of wheels that are a little bit different bolt pattern that are going to be around the shop that I just had laying around that we're going to use for now, I'm going to put an adapter on here, then bolt the wheel on. But before I do that, got to go grab the lug bolts and yeah, get it put on. So we'll be back in a second. Alright guys, so we're back over at the car and everything's on, and yeah, fits. Now fits is sort of a relative term, as you can tell that with this really wide wheel that I'm using. This is a Forge Star 18 by 12, and even with a little bit higher offset that this wheel is, it sticks out quite a bit. Now I anticipated that. I do plan, at least right now, to order a custom set of wheels that will have the right offset and everything to fit the body perfectly. So please do not beg me to make a wide body for that, because I don't really want to. But the longer I stare and look at that, the better it looks. Yeah, that's a terrible idea. Don't really want to do that. However, I'm going to put you back over here real quick, and I do actually have a 5x108 wheel here that should have proper offset for the body lines of the car. This is off of a Focus that we did some work on that had a bent wheel, and we replaced it, and it's just been sitting around. So this is actually a bent up wheel, but when we pull the 5x114 spacer off and slide the wheel on, as long as I can line it up properly here. Alright, now that fits the body line much better. Now I might try to see if I can find a wheel or a tire for this wheel as well and put it on there just to kind of show you what this one would look like. However, it has a giant bend in the back, if you see right there. Large bend. It did hold air when it came in, so it should still hold air, but yeah. please, don't beg me to make a wide body for the car. It really wasn't, and still isn't in the plans, but with these wheels going to be the ones I put on to roll around in, oof, it's going to be hard to look at it like that and not make some really dumb ideas. So yeah, I'm going to get everything else put on, and next time you see this thing, which hopefully will be tomorrow, although it'll be in the same video, we're going to have some front tires on it. I'm going to have the other side on, and we're going to put it on the ground. See you in a second. Well guys, it's the next day. All the suspension is on, except for the other side, but I can't get it on while the stand is still underneath it. So we're going to take it over, put it on the lift, and we'll pull it off. And let me kind of show you what we've got going on here. So we've got upper control arm is on, lower control arm is on. I've got a mock shock piece in here. That way I can just lower and raise it a little bit. When I get it back over to the lift, we're going to go ahead and lower the front down a little bit. That way it looks a little bit better and we can kind of get that look we're going for. Yeah, I'm gonna get you guys set up so we can do a little, you know, time lapse of getting it over to the lift. But yeah, we're gonna see it set down on the ground today. Big, big, big milestone with all the suspension on the car so far. So yeah, we can just set over to another spot. Well guys, when it comes to the look of where we're headed with the car, I do believe I am pretty happy with it. Like I said, the front's got to come lower a little bit, but for being on the ground, the back over here looks good. Like I said, don't mind the look of the wheel poking out right now. That really is just what it is because of the wheels I'm using to roll it around on. It's coming together. So that's big milestone. It's on the ground, all moving on its own. So that's gonna pretty much end today's video. Please like, share. It's a big moment for this build. However, it is going to be a little while to the next video. I might do a couple little updates here and there, but I do have racing season coming up right around the corner, and the Mustang needs a few things, so that will be getting a little bit of attention from us coming up over the next few weeks. So please like and share, like I said, and yeah, hope you enjoy the video. We'll see you in the next one.